And we are back for another False Nine. We have another guest this week. We have our boy Young Leg, who is like a Twitter phenomenon. I don't know how he got roped into this world, but I definitely started following him because of Visionless Dave. I do want to say is the connector here, if I'm not if, on my end anyway, for sure. So, but we definitely interact on Twitter. He knows his stuff soccer. He's a big La Liga Madrista. So we're definitely going to get into that talk today. So welcome, Young Leg, to the show, brother.
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me. Also, yeah, you and VD, anytime I know, I'm just like, oh, wow, I'm going to have to deal with them. I keep my mute button so frequently. It's so unbelievable. Unbelievable.
The Minute fans are relentless, bro.
They're relentless. So how did you get roped into this world, Leg? Like, how did you get into it?
It all goes back to, like, I was playing in the Barstool Game Time, literally like a Call of Duty streaming thing. Vodka challenged me to a 1v1, so we did a 1v1 on Barstool Game Time. John found out about me, sent me like some whatever edits trolling Vodka, so then I was pushing them, and then I got roped into the mayhem, and then meeting in the mines and all of them, and now I still don't know anything about KMS or any of I still have not listened to any episodes, but somehow got the fan base. Honestly, probably the worst part of the whole show, the fan base on Twitter. So no, you guys keep me on my toes, and they're all fun.
That's what everybody says. I definitely seen like the first time like interacting like with John and all them. Like then I saw like the VD interactions and stuff. But yeah.
So yeah, for anyone who does follow Leg, like a lot of us on Minute Fan Soccer, like here are more Premier League. We're more Premier League, or like me and Buddy, we're Portuguese. We definitely follow the Portuguese league. And Leg is a big La Liga guy. And so I want to get into that. How did you start like following La Liga? Like, are you of Spanish descent at all? Or like what caught you to get going on that?
So what really caught me was at a very young age, my team sucked for club football, and I was a striker, and I was like, forget this, like I'll just go back on defense. I can't get me the ball. And Roberto Carlos and Maldini were like my first two inspirations, which I mean, great taste by very young Leg. Madrid, like I started watching Madrid when I was 7. It's like, yo, they have everybody. So it's a original just bandwagon fandom, but like once you do it for 20 years and you have to deal with like, 8 straight years of Barcelona titles in La Liga, and you go through all the shit because middle school and high school are fucking trash. It was all Liverpool and Barcelona fans talking shit to me all the time. It wasn't until college I got to enjoy just dominance. So I think the cockiness went to an all-time high probably around like 2013 when we won our 10th, and around the 11th, 12th, 13th, and then you start running it up and just start talking shit to everybody just because you can, and the internet made it so easy.
In my head, they're still like on La Decima because that was so big. Like I'm like, oh, they have 13 now. Like honestly, when did that happen? Like I know obviously like the last few years, but in my head, they're still stuck on La Decima. But
yeah, so like so then what drew you to just being now like the biggest La Liga defender that I see on Twitter? Like you just like as VD called you. So Buddy, what did he say in our questions to him? Why are you an anti-Premier League terrorist? I think is what VD called you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you uses the word terrorist. I think my problem really is just like I noticed very early on like the English tax, and being a Madrid fan, like I watch a lot of young Spanish players like come and do their thing, and they're playing at a really high level, and they're playing against good competition like the Real Betises, the Valencias of the world, the Sevillas, the Real Sociedads, and they're just not getting any shine. When you like look at all of the news outlets for soccer, like it's all Premier League. So anytime you have an English player that's playing at just, even just a half-ass level, again, like Mason Mount, what is he, almost at 10-10? I've never heard somebody like my man was generational after one season somehow. Just the English tax.
I can't agree with you more.
League.
I can't agree with you more on that. Can't agree with you more on that.
Just about to say he's in the right place if he wants to shit on Mason Mount, because you're talking to two guys who have never seen Mason Mount do anything.
I just don't understand it. I don't get the Mason Mount love. Like I'm flabbergasted by it. Jack Grealish is another guy I don't understand. Like in what world is that man worth $100 million? In what fucking universe does someone look at him and go, yeah, let's give $100 million for that?
Well, he was one of those, like, he looked better because you were one club guy. Like, we don't see that anymore. We don't see any more toddies. Like, you were a one club guy, went down with them, brought them back up. You got punched in the face and scored a game winner against your rivals. Like, you were a club legend. Mind you, got them a shit ton of money, so props. But now you're just another English guy.
You're just another English guy.
Before we jump back into Spain, like, did you see our boy James Ward-Prowse being linked with City and United?
Strictly to take set pieces too, nothing else.
Yeah, United needs somebody to do that. So I'm like, I love him. Like, but like, I hope he kind of doesn't leave Southampton though. I feel like there's still like honor in that and staying somewhere forever. And they're never going down, but they're probably never going down. He'll get to play the Premier League his whole life. Like, I hope he doesn't leave Southampton, to be honest. But
I do love a journeyman in England. Like, I don't know, like James Milner is a special place in my heart. Watching him play for Leeds, watching him play for City, watching him play for Liverpool, and he does the same thing everywhere. Nothing changes. Also,
side passes all over the field. James Milner's the king of the side pass. Gotta love James Milner for that. He knows how to tackle, and the ball never goes forward. He's phenomenal.
There's a market to keeping the ball,
for sure.
So useful.
Yeah, that guy has the highest pass percentage in the league. He's phenomenal at it. But
I think he made his debut at like 16 too. Like, he's been around. Like, he's been in the league almost 20 years.
Yeah. So, like, I do agree with you on that part about, like, anyone who listens to this show knows that I agree with you 1,000%. The overhype on English players, on if you're like the new boy. But as a person who watches like a lot of soccer, I do have to say that my bias as far as like watching a random ass game does go with the Premier League. I just feel like that league, top to bottom, like the bottom teams don't pack it in. They will also attack. And that's sometimes when I'm watching other leagues, like especially even Portugal, man, like unless Benfica's on, it's hard for me to watch like a random Portuguese league game because it just doesn't, the physicality isn't there. And I kind of see the same thing in Spain. Do you get that criticism at all, or you just?
I get that, but I just don't. I again don't see why England thinks that their like shit kind of doesn't stink. Like as if I want to watch fucking Norwich play, or if I want to watch fucking Watford go at it with fucking Crystal Palace or Brighton, who's not even they're like what, a mid-table team now. Like, I'll much rather watch Celta Vigo and Iago Aspas tear down the wing as they're sitting in fucking 12th place. Like, I don't know. To me, it was never the whole full competition. Then I end up putting the tables right next to each other. I was like, oh, wait, ours is closer than England's.
So, and to kind of have your back on this as far as Spanish thing, it's like, I know for me, like Spain has teams other than Real Madrid and Barcelona that in European competitions always blow up. I mean, what is it? I believe not Sevilla, who ruined me for like 2 straight years, Benfica, the team that keep one of the European Villarreal.
It was all Unai Emery too. It was literally him on
fucking like 2 years in a row. Benfica would have won the Euro Cup and lost to the same club.
Sevilla. I think it was.
I think it was Sevilla. Yeah, it might have been
Villarreal. They have like 6 Europa League titles over the last decade.
Because they kept winning that. Like, they kept getting in Champions League, dropping down and winning, and going back and then doing it again.
Yeah, during one of my favorite Benfica teams was the Cardozo team, the Paraguayan striker. That team was like sick. Pablo Aimar. That team was fucking awesome. To watch. Di Maria originally was on that team as well too. So what do you think? Do you like? What does it take? Do you think another team other than Real or Barca win La Liga in the next few years? Do you think that's what it takes? Is one of those teams to jump up and actually make it a competition?
Well, here's the thing: is that like I think we're seeing the same thing over in England. Yeah, there's other guys that are pesky, but you got Liverpool and you got City. Like, it's still just going to be Real and Barca. I still think that last year was a fluke that Atleti won, and that is probably the next competition. Like, you can line up the EPL and La Liga so easily where you get, like, City, Barcelona, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Atleti, Chelsea. Like, even kind of, like, their schemes are almost more the same. Like, Chelsea more defensive, trying to hold possession. Atleti way more defensive. Like, it's just – I didn't understand why they created such a gap. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why they put like such a gap for the EPL. I think that's what bothered me the most, because even if the EPL, they have more money. So yeah, you should be getting more talent. Also, it's England. You're supposed to be the home of football, guys. Like, you look at the academies like Manchester United, even Leeds Academy. I love watching. Like, when Bielsa's mind was working. R.I.P. What a great guy.
That was funny.
I love the crowd.
I just felt like it was really embellished how wide it was. So now I'm just like, okay, well, I'm going to go the complete opposite way. I'm putting this fucking cape on for La Liga. fuck EPL altogether. I was just bored one day and I was like, what would I do if I just deleted the EPL? And I just started adding random fucking stars to La Liga teams, Serie A teams, and I was just like, dude, what do you? It was just like a fucking way too far down the rabbit hole Reddit post. It was really sad.
I will say too, like one of the things like EPL fans have said forever is like the thing that's great about the EPL is like the 17th or like Everton can beat Chelsea like in a big game, but like if you pay attention, that happens in La Liga too. It happens in Italy. It's not like just something that happens in England. I understand that like maybe it happens more frequently or like the styles are like more comparable, but like it's like low hanging fruit, I think, from like EPL fans.
Can I tell you, as an unbiased person, though, to me, what draws me a little bit, I honestly feel the TV production, man. Like, I'm also telling you, like, watching it on, now it's USA, used to be NBC Sports Soccer. Like, they just do such a great job of, like, commentary, the sound. Like, I feel like the camera's closer to the field. And honestly, those fucking English voices, man. Like, those dudes start talking, and I just, like, I don't know, I'm kind of, like, mesmerized a little bit. You know what I mean? And I think the language barrier, like, here in America, watching a La Liga game, like that's definitely like I think makes a difference in the production quality. I feel like the cameras are further off the field. Even when I watch a Portuguese league game, buddy,
it's the stadiums too. Though.
It's the stadium. Yeah. They're further away. Like I think that adds to that, in my opinion.
And I will say, I'll throw in VD's first question or like first like point that like the stadiums too, like they're not as full in Spain for some reason. If you're watching like a mid-table like team, and like
that's the law right now, but
what's that?
They're only allowed at 65% right now.
Oh, see, like I didn't even know. Yeah, because like that was VD's question. He said, "Why are stadiums always half empty at La Liga games?"
I bet you VD knew that. He was trolling right there.
I certainly did not know that. It doesn't make any sense because COVID's fake, but no big deal.
Well, they took it away and then they brought it back once there was like the little itty bitty.
I hate that. I hate that. Like the Bernabeu like blocks out the lower bottom like.
It's still under construction, bro.
Oh, is that why it's like? See, like I didn't know.
That's where, dude. They have like. Have you seen the video? Like this showing that there's like 10 levels of field under there because you have our training pitch, the women's pitch, the Castilla pitch, and then the youth pitches. On top of we have another training facility, but they're literally like managed down there with UV lights, and they have sprinklers, and each one has like a greensman and everything. Like it's crazy. Then it all slides out of that one spot that's blocked out.
What's the training stadium called? It's what I can't remember. I know they were playing there during COVID. That's the reason they just kept bringing it up. But.
So what do you think about my point as far as TV production quality and stuff? Do you think there's anything to that?
Right. The only thing I will say is that when Spain had BN Sports, we had fucking Ray Hudson, who's the greatest commentator on the planet and a free agent at ESPN. Do something right, because right now I'm watching my games with the Spanish commentators because I fucking hate everyone at ESPN FC. It is such a bad soccer just media network, period. They're just so biased and just so stupid half the time. And you can tell they're literally watching Champions Leagues in the EPL because you never hear anything about the Villarreal. How'd they even get here? Oh shit, they beat Bayern. Or like never heard a word about Porto or Benfica. You realize Porto lost their first game, what was that, like 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
Like,
Porto's absolutely on fire. Like it's crazy.
And
they pay the rest.
I have very low respect for them, but also tell me, if we got the same TV deal as EPL, do you really think there'd be a drop in viewers?
So I'm telling you, Logan, you just brought up Roy Hudson. Yo, those Real Madrid, Barcelona, Ronaldo, Messi, Roy Hudson commentary is some of the best like soccer I've ever seen in my life, as far as just pure entertainment, and I do feel like BEN, the cameras were closer to the field. Like you're absolutely right. That production quality was way better than what you see now when you put on ESPN Plus. For sure.
Like you said, though, fuck BN and fuck PSG and fuck your president.
I'm a true hater though. I would watch those games. I hate that guy. I'd watch those games on mute. I swear to God.
You hate Ray Hudson?
Really?
Yeah, dude. He calls like Ronaldo Ronnie, dude. It's like the lamest shit I've ever heard of.
Come on, dude, buddy. Yeah,
that's Ronnie after Ronaldo.
You don't love fun. That man was fun.
No, that was a verbal gymnast, bro. He follows me on Twitter. That's still my best follow. My best follow, right? I ask him for a birthday shout out every year.
Dude, every time Messi scored a goal, that guy would come up with a new way to like describe that fucking goal. It was wild.
No, he made magisterial. His picture better be in the dictionary next to magisterial. He made that into like the word in display.
So let's get back to that time, man. Like the Messi, Ronaldo, I don't know, like we're all semi, in our 30s, I think, whatever, 40s. Like I don't know if we'll ever see better like soccer than those two going at it year in and year out. What, four or five times a year at sometimes because they would play in, Copa del Reyes and stuff like that. There was a point in time where I literally did think like there was going to be like fights on the field. Like it was
No.
getting real
Mourinho
crazy.
era, that was my favorite era.
Yeah,
That was
dude.
my
Dude.
favorite era. That was awesome.
Yeah, like I don't know if you're ever going to see anything like that, dude. Like that's going to be hard to recreate for the rest of our lives, to be honest with you. It's kind of
I know
sad to
there's a
say
lot
that.
of people that don't even want to recreate that, but that goes back to Ray Hudson when Marcelo it started this whole brawl with a foul on Fabregas. Ray Hudson goes, "Oh, that was nasty as a rat bite," and then you just see Danny Alves and Marcelo clash. You just see every Pepe came out of oh man, it was awesome. That was my
Yeah,
favorite.
and the talent on the fields for both of those teams at that time is just like you just said a bunch of names, man. And it's just like came flooding back right now, like Iniesta, Xavi. Like so, how was it when Ronaldo signed with Madrid? Like, what was that feeling for you at that point? Did you like realize how unbelievable he was? Were you ready for that? Like that, because that to me turned Real Madrid around. They were struggling there for a while.
You want to know what the craziest part was? Is that Kaká was actually my favorite player from that whole deal. I was so excited to watch Kaká be like the triangle within Benzema, Ronaldo. Like I was so excited, and then Kaká had the whole spinal injury and just
It was never the same. Yeah.
not working out. Yeah, it was never the same.
That's
Ronaldo coming. I don't know. It was just like just such a Madrid move. It was just like 23 years old, murdering it. Okay, yeah, you want to go win a Champions League again? Okay, we know you got one for Fergie. Let's go again. Run it back. Get us.
I always say that was a ballsy move by him too, because like at that time, Barcelona and Messi, they were running
that was
it like
prime Messi dick eating time when Ronaldinho had just passed the torch. So
Yep.
they were already throwing the comparisons out. Messi was what 20 at the time too.
Yep. And I think Ronaldo to go there without like another, Benzema wasn't Benzema yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like he kind of went there and rebuilt the Galacticos kind of like himself. I don't think he ever gets really enough credit for in this era where people combine to try to like make star teams. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, obviously he knew Real Madrid was going to be able to, get players, but like he went there, he was the first brick, and that first season was rough. They got their ass kicked, if I
I feel like
remember
you're
correctly.
disrespecting Xabi Alonso a little bit in the
A little bit.
I hate Xabi Alonso because he's a scouse, like he's a scouser, but like he's maybe like one of the most underrated like sixes.
I was about to say, but yeah, he's just big class.
Great passer.
Yeah.
Great passer. All right, so let's get into Ronaldo really quick, okay? Like we definitely have to talk about that. You both have that connection, Buddy being such a big United fan, me being such a big Portugal fan. I fucking love the guy. He's a hero. What he's doing right now, like, is there anything comparable? Like, it's amazing what he's still able to do out there. Who?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Going to another team and winning the ship at 40.
Yeah, no, seriously, like that's the only comparison, except like Tom Brady, like if he gets hit, they can't win. Like if Ronaldo gets hit, he gets up and like scores a goal and like yells at you, like but like I think Josh tweeted it today. He 18 goals at 37 years and maybe like disagrees in the hardest league in the world. Like nope, like the guy's Salah's gonna win the Golden Boot. He's like in his 20s, I think maybe early 30s. Like Youngmin's son, like he might finish in third. Like same thing. Like he's very young. Like the things Ronaldo's able to do are otherworldly.
For a striker at this age, like this is when you go to MLS. This is like the age when these guys go to like MLS or China, collect the bag and retire.
And Iniesta was like in Iran already, where the fuck he went. Like Javi, same thing. Like Kaká had like a broken back. Like everybody has like was done at this age. Like Zidane as well. Like you could just keep naming stars who weren't successful at this age. But like it's unbelievable.
Yo, Buddy, mute for me really quick. Yo, David, can you imagine if you went to City instead of fucking United? Like,
oh my god, dude! Oh my god! He'd 30, 35, 30 or 35, dude.
Seriously, yeah, he really might have. Like,
yeah,
like they're hype on Gabriel Jesus is just like little 4 like games in. Imagine if Cristiano Ronaldo and you're going up against Madrid in the semifinal of the Champions League. Like, come on.
Yeah,
maybe I'll regret this, like I regretted comparing Mason Greenwood to Mbappe. But like Gabriel Jesus is the most fucking overrated striker I've ever seen. Like
Yeah,
he scores
100%.
4 goals in a year, and I just hate him. I hate him so much.
He always looks like he's crying too. It pisses me off every
Yeah.
time. Like, that's why when he goes down, it looks like he's about to start bawling too. Yeah, I fucking hate watching.
So I'm glad that's a good transition. Let's get into Real Madrid. You have Spain versus England in both Champions League semifinals. The Real Madrid Man City game, that game last week was fucking, man, I'll put that up against any game I've watched. That was unbelievable. Vinicius, that might have been his coming out party to me because he did it like on a world sort of stage. You see it a lot more often in the leg. I don't watch like Spanish league games as much.
Last year too, just saying.
I just remember this one being like that 50-yard run. That's fucking. That was
Meg made it look better too. That
that shit was sick.
He's probably lucky too that it was Fernandinho and not like John Stones or Cancelo. Like
they took John Stones out for a reason, bro. John Stones got get the fuck out of here. If anyone to maybe need the Meg, they would be like, all right, yeah, just kick it past him. I got it.
Yeah, just like.
So do you, like? I feel Madrid can pull this out. Do you, you know what hurts you? The away goals rule actually is killing Madrid right now on that. Not having those like 3 goals to like as away goals. But so what are your what's your feeling going into the semifinal? Like honestly, like what's your?
I'm a Madrid fan, bro. I literally have already watched this the last 2 rounds where it's like, all right, guys, hold up, why are you making us sweat this shit? But I can just use nostalgia and feel better about this. Like it's Madrid. You're going to the White House. You're going to the Bernabeu. Oh, are we down a goal? We've seen this shit before. Our team every single article you read is just like how confident the locker room is going against one of the best teams in Europe, down a goal already. You have Kareem Benzema who's playing in the form of his
world
right now. I have a question for you because I know during the Euros I said Kareem Benzema, greatest French player of all time, and you decided to make an argument about it, Dave. So I'd love to hear what you have to say about that now.
He's not. It's Zidane. How is it anyone other than Zidane? He's not even past Henry yet in my eyes. But
what?
Like
already passed
no. Impact wise, like I need to see a couple more years.
No impact. He was young as hell on that World Cup team. Zidane.
No, I'm not even talking World Cup. I'm just talking like club career, like legend, man. Like Benzema, this is the first time leading the line.
Benz isn't a club legend at Madrid.
Now he is. He's leading the line now that Ronaldo is gone. Like he was Ronaldo's second fiddle. He was other guys' second fiddle for a while, dude. Like I just
goals, first in assists. Just saying,
it's Zidane. Number one, it's Zidane. No one's passing to Zidane. Like if you're French, it's Zidane. Come on, like stop with that.
Not true, dude.
But if you want to see the Henry Benzema argument, Benzema's getting there. Put it this way: he wins a Champions League. He leads the line on a Champions League team. We can start having real serious conversations.
I mean, he was leading that line already. He's got 4, but it's all good.
He wasn't leading the line. That was Ronaldo's team. That was Ronaldo's team leg. That was Ronaldo's team.
And he'd maybe have like 2 without Gareth Bale, or like 1 without Gareth Bale, even with
Ronaldo. Who's to say he's not going to win this bullshit World Cup we're about to watch in December?
I think that totally changes. That changes
the conversation. Yes, 1,000%.
I know this is a different answer than the question, like to the question that like Leg asked, but like I don't know if I've seen a French player do the things that Thierry Henry could do, like scoring like goals from outside the box, like volleys, just speed, like just being the whole package. Like
this guy's trying to piss me off.
No, I'm just saying like, Benzema's great, and like maybe we'll look back like in 5 years and just say wow, look how fucking stupid we were. Like he's like, how could you ever doubt him? Like he's been great since he was like 18 at Lyon or Lyon. Like he was like, but
he was a winger on Lyon too.
Like so, like the things I've seen Henry do, like Henry, like as a young man, like at Juve and like carrying like those.
Shit. Hold on, he didn't do shit at Juve. So now you're lying.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, buddy, this is a good transition to ask what, like we talked about earlier. What's Leg's feelings? There's a lot of big rumors right now that this might have been Ronaldo's last game at Old Trafford. Mm-hmm. There's big rumors of back to Real Madrid with Mbappe because that's Mbappe's childhood hero. That would be a thing to kind of confirm Mbappe to definitely come to Madrid, is also sign his hero and play with him.
Mbappe's for sure signed already, besides for that, but like go ahead.
But so what's your thoughts on that? Would you be open to that? Is that something you're
I don't care. It's Ronnie, bro. I like if he wants to come back, he can come back. Like I don't know if they're on the same role. Like this is Ben's and Mbappe's team, bro. Is it ever going to hurt to have Cristiano Ronaldo, even just as a jersey seller? Like that's never going to hurt. Fucking Eden Hazard's wearing our number 7 right now, and if that's one of Dave's questions, Yeah, fuck that guy. Still.
It is. It
What's
is.
even
It
worse
is.
is he has the same amount of La Ligas as Ronaldo now after
V-
fucking 3 years.
That's
Vivi
awful.
wanted to know
Every
what did
trophy.
your
Yeah.
medical staff do to Eden Hazard? Like, obviously they fed him Burger King, but like, what else have they done?
That's just another argument for me of like, oh look, soft ass Premier League superstar can't make it in Real Madrid.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Another
it's-
Premier League fucking sellout. First,
for
we
me,
had
it's just another guy
Gareth Bale
getting
for all
paid.
the last 2 years.
Mhm.
Now we got Eden Hazard, who couldn't even last a month.
Yeah,
Good
so it's fun. It's funny you say that. I was talking to Joshinho yesterday, and we both agreed that that's the worst. And he's a big Madrid fan as well. And that's the worst signing. That's the worst signing ever.
What pisses me off is that I've been so against it for so long. Like I've never understood the Hazard hype. Yeah, he's got his highlight runs are sick, but it's also against like Watford and fucking just bullshit team, Burnley's. Like I didn't see him do it too often against Manchester United, against Manchester City. I must have missed those highlights, but
Yeah,
all
you're not wrong.
10 seasons don't get me $100 million, which is what pissed me off too. You're gonna give $100 million for the last year of somebody's contract.
And also, Lig, I don't feel like he was a guy that moves the needle on selling shirts, and that's big. That's big with Real Madrid. That's why they sign a lot of these guys. Like, I just didn't feel like he's the type of guy that does that for you either.
Well, also, if Benz didn't start scoring, that didn't fucking help. We lost 50 goals, and he bought Eden Hazard. The fuck's that do for us?
Yeah.
As a big Madrid fan, do you agree like with Benzema that Ronaldo like didn't stun his growth, he just outshined him? Because like
Oh no, 100%. That's why I rate Ben so highly. He's had such a versatile game. Like I said, he played out on the wing in Lyon. We needed him to run down the middle more if he wanted to compete with Higuain. Took Higuain's spot. And Higuain, you saw him over in Serie A blow up as soon as we told him. He put up 30 goals in both seasons. So I mean, I've always loved Benz's game, and I think Benz is one of those players that you put into your side because he makes everyone else look good, even at the detriment of his own game. That's why during our three-peat, the 2017-18 season, he only had like 4 goals.
Yeah.
And any striker who goes from Spain or England to Italy scores 1 billion goals because it's so like I have a friend he's a big Roma fan, and like he's just like, oh, it's so much different there. It's so hard to score goals. I'm like, it's like fucking the game is so slow. Like people stand off of you if you play better that way, like you excel. That's why Lukaku excels there, but he can't play well for United or Chelsea. That's why Lukaku plays better for like West Brom than he does anywhere else because you get more room.
My other thing is that I feel the same exact way about the Bundesliga. Like, no offense to Lewandowski, I think he's world class, but that's why he's also got like 50 and all the other like decent elite strikers like Nkunku and Schick are still putting up like 30. Like that's a fuck ton of goals.
I think Lewa got screwed.
Be cleaning y'all out every year.
Yeah.
So let me ask you. So
Ballon d'Or, but yeah, I think he got screwed out of one, but I 100% agree because it's just so easy to do things.
So do you guys think Haaland translate then? Do you think he will struggle when he moves up to a Premier League or La Liga or something like that?
I don't know, man. If he can stay healthy, like his game is universal how he plays because he plays just at a straight like. It almost looks like hunger for wins and putting the ball in the back of the net. Like he's one of those dudes that runs like the Terminator, kind of scary. On top of huge and fucking Norwegian. So as long as he stays healthy, I don't think he's doing bad anywhere.
He looks like and like every time he hits the ball, like he's trying to rip the net or he's trying to like pop the ball. He just hits it as hard as he can every time, and that's like as like a very below average, like right back in high school, that's like one of the scariest things I've ever seen in my life. Like I do not want that ball next to me.
Yeah, I'm not blocking that. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Thor, you can score. It's good. We're good. Yeah. So
let me try to follow you. Yeah, no problem. Like
so, Mbappe's in next year. You think that's like an absolute? We all agree that's a done deal.
Well, listen, I've been calling for Mbappe for the last like 3 years. I was like, listen, we're gonna get Mbappe. Like I can wait. I'll fucking wait. I don't care. We're gonna get him. We have Ben. Ben's too. We're gonna get him. So
as long as he doesn't do his knee, you can wait. You know.
Like, I thought it was wild that Real almost was going to pay for him when everyone knows he's coming for free.
That was so unnecessary.
I agree.
Off. And the other thing is that people like to be like, oh, did it happen yet? Who the fuck waits until the end of the season to announce what they're going to do if you're just going to extend the team you're already on?
Yeah.
Like, you don't wait till the season's over to be like, all right, hey, I'm staying, guys.
Yeah.
What's good? Yeah. No, you would say that early so they don't fucking boo you at every home game.
Absolutely.
The one time I disagree with you is maybe if Pogba stays because nobody can pay the wages that like United can pay. But I 100% agree. Like he's gone. But also,
I
like,
was gonna say
if
not really the same as the Mbappe, since
of course not.
Pogba is also just trying to get big. I think he's going to PSG. Not to be a hater, but I
No,
think
he
he's
for
just
sure
chasing
is.
the bag.
There's no one else that can pay him the wages that he wants. Madrid can't afford it. Juve
I'd
can't
also
afford
love
it.
him in
He'll-
Newcastle.
What's that? Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
love him in Newcastle.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. So
Him and
I
St.
also
Maximin be so dirty.
I also feel like Ronaldo, that's another team he could end up on. I've been saying it is PSG. That's a team that wants to sell jerseys, and he goes to that Farmers League, and then just the him and Messi on the same sort of team, I think creates like a storyline as well
That'd be
too.
so
Can we
lame,
talk
dude.
about Messi sucking though this year, Leg? Like, go ahead. I need you to rant on this. I've been ranting on it. Like, it's so satisfying to see. It's just not even close. Like Ronaldo's now blowing him out of the water at the end of his career.
Well, I love all the Sir Alex. So Sir Alex Ferguson is probably the coach I respect the most, and seeing him and all his old quotes talking about Messi, like just like little things like, oh well, he does have a system built for him over in Barcelona. I'd like to see that elsewhere. And like it was like the nice manager's way of saying like, yeah, do that somewhere else, pussy. And
Yeah.
you did it. You went to a farmers league and you're doing fuck all. I love the Messi fans that are like, oh well, he's playing more of a midfield role now. Oh, you mean you're finally watching him just walk around on the pitch? Because he did that shit at Barca too. That is not
Yeah.
midfield just because you don't feel like running forward, bum.
And Pochettino today is saying,
Fucking low.
yeah,
Bum.
but Pochettino today saying, "Oh, he needed a year to get used to it." You need a year to get used to the fucking French league, bro. Like, get the
Yeah,
fuck
dude.
out of here, man.
That shit
Get
always
out of
pissed
here.
me off the EPL too. Like when they said it about Di Maria, like, oh, I don't know if he's ready for the speed of the Premier League. He just came off of a Champions League fucking run with Real Madrid. What do you mean you don't think he's up to speed? The fuck?
Yeah.
They're playing fucking Crystal Palace. Like, no.
It's just some guys just can't do it. Like, but like I think I mean I made the joke on Twitter today, but like I made the wrong comparison. Mason Greenwood isn't better than Mbappe. He's better than Messi. He has more league goals than Messi this year. Another one that Josh retweeted. Was it Bonucci or was it Chiellini has more goals than Messi this year?
Bonucci has 5 goals. Yeah, he has more than Messi.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And like, okay, he's if the Messi fans want to say Messi's not getting goal involvements because he's playing in the midfield, like where are the assists, bro? He's a great passer. He's a great.
Hold up, he had a shit ton of assists. That's why I made sure.
Oh, does he? Oh, I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah,
But
he
I
had
don't pay
like
attention.
19 assists.
Oh,
No,
okay.
he had like 16
That's
assists.
respectable. But that's
All
fair.
right,
He's
so
still a bitch though.
he's still a bitch. I agree with you. So, Lig, I know you got to go to dinner. Go ahead and plug your stuff, man, before you go. I want to thank you for coming on. Definitely follow at Young Leg, as you can see there on the screen. Follow him on Twitter and go ahead and promote your two Talk Football.
You can follow us at 2 Foot Talk at TWO Foot Talk. We're always just talking footy, talking gambling, always just shooting the shit. I'm sure you guys are used to that. Listen to these two guys. So you can follow us on that. And our website's currently down, so I don't even really have my website to plug, which has all this dope merch. Champagne football. Madrid fans out here, we pop bottles when we play. So that's why it's Champagne football. All right. So any custom gear you need and anything with pineapples on it, I got you. You can follow me at a Young Leg. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you. Also, shout out the Gold Boys. We just signed for their network to do a show every Wednesday for them. So shout out the Gold Boys as well.
Awesome, man. Good stuff, man. And we'll definitely have you back on, especially if Ronaldo and Mbappe re-sign with Madrid. I'm going to have you on here just to talk your shit, man.
Well, if we have a all Spanish final, I'd like to just come on and do a quick preview. Also, maybe
Yeah.
one for that one.
That would be great. I would love to have actually you and VD on. Instead of VD doing these questions, that'd be pretty dope to have both you guys on. So we'll definitely do that again. So I'm going to let you go, man. I want to thank you for your time. Appreciate you letting us reschedule. We were supposed to do this yesterday, but I had some family stuff. So I really appreciate you doing this, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
All right, man. Take care, man.
Messi,
All right,
13
buddy.
assists. 13 assists.
13 assists, so not
Still good.
19, but
But
still,
still.
it's fucking. You're playing with Neymar and Mbappe, bro. Like I just don't get like how Messi stands can't see that this is just like a really bad fucking year. Ronaldo's never had a really bad fucking year. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, not since he was very young. Like I was telling my wife today, and he's turned a corner the older he's gotten, and where like other people like turn it off. Where like you remember that clip where like the presenter is like, "Oh, you scored 400 goals. What's next?" He's like, "Maybe 400 more." He literally did that. Like he's the greatest goal scorer like that anybody will.
And he
ever
was a
see
winger.
ever.
He started out as a winger. He's had
Unbelievable.
3 different careers, buddy. He's had 3 different careers. To be totally honest with you.
Seriously, I don't know if you want to go, but like I want to like shit on Ralph Rangnick for like 2 seconds. Like
No, I do. That's how I wanted to end it. Like Leg said, he had a time constraint, so kind of wanted to do the Spanish stuff. And I do want you to. So you texted me during the game. You're a big United fan, so this is a big deal to you. So I'm gonna let you go on, explain to the people what he did and why it pisses you off.
I don't. Lots of people are like, oh, it's been a failure since they brought Rangnick in. I disagree. Like the writing was on the wall in November or October, like November when they brought him in. Everybody like United could have finished top 4. That was the goal when they brought him in. They obviously did not. But like that doesn't even bother me because our owners are fucking like leeches. You know, I don't give a shit that we didn't get them more money. I don't give a shit we don't play in the Champions League. We're still Manchester United. Like in my opinion, we're still the biggest club in the world. All that kind of stuff. But like for me today, playing Cavani, giving Cavani a cameo at home is one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen in my entire life. For 8 months, 9 months, Cavani has been dicking this team around, like this club around. Like United told them they weren't going to buy a striker. They bought Jadon Sancho, who's obviously not a striker. Like he wouldn't give Sancho the shirt United wanted him to give him. And like I know I was like never a top player, so maybe top players that disagree with me. Like the club owns the shirt, not you. If the club says give Jadon Sancho number 7, you give it to him. Like, but like whatever, that's neither here nor there. But then they buy Ronaldo, and that's really what pissed Cavani off. He gives him the shirt, no problem, takes a new number. But since then, he took a long vacation before the season, came back after the season started. That doesn't make any sense to me. Every time like he goes, he never missed a game for Uruguay. He's always hurt for United. Misses multiple weeks. Like gets like he's injured all the time. So he's been out of form or injured for multiple weeks, maybe even months. I'm not even sure the last time before today where he featured.
And you feel like he's like dragged it out, like he could.
He's legit because he knows. So like, not in my opinion, it's just the truth. Although this happens to be my opinion, but I also think my opinion is true that like he's going to La Liga next year. That's not an opinion, that's fact. And he's saving himself to be able to play 2 years in La Liga, which I understand as an old man, which he is, like wanting to do that.
But you only have a certain amount of games left in you.
But you play for our club. You accept a salary. You
cash that check.
Yeah, you cash the check. You go to their trainers. You do all this other stuff. You let them fly you back and forth. You do all this other kind of shit. Like they take care of you, all that stuff. They put you up in their house and shit, whatever. Which I'm sure by now.
So he's been a scumbag.
Yeah, exactly. He's a true scumbag. He did not deserve a cameo today, in my opinion.
So what is Ragnick? So explain to the people why the coach is making you more mad than even say Cavani, because Cavani, like he could have. The coach is the one who said go in the game, right?
I mean, I don't know how to say it a different way, like other than bringing him on was a bad move. I understand respecting an old pro, like that's why I understand why Juan Mata started today. It's why
he played great, by the way. Holy shit!
Which all we did was learn. I tweeted it while I retweeted somebody. Like all we did was learn is Juan Mata's an unbelievable number 10, which we've always known, but United have never played
him. And Ronaldo today were like, holy shit, man, magic.
Him and Bruno have such great chemistry. Like they think very similarly. Like all that kind of stuff. But like, so Mata deserves a start, not only because he was great the last 3 games, but because he's been a great servant to Manchester United. Matic is United's best midfielder. Of course, he deserves to play today, but but he deserves the respect, like in order to get his run out today. He deserves the curtain call coming off early, let everybody applaud him, taking his time, waving, shaking everybody's hand. He deserves all that stuff. Edinson Cavani does not. Like Phil Jones, in my opinion, does not. But like, this also was maybe Jesse Lingard's last home game at
and that's a Manchester United academy product, correct?
Exactly.
That's the one that would piss me off. That would piss me off.
He's Manc through and through, bro. Like he's been at the club since United was 18, since Ronaldo was 18. Like there's like it's like, I'm gonna use the word cute. Use the word cute. There's a very cute picture of Ronaldo with Jesse with his hand on his head and stuff. Like when Jesse was like a fucking tot, and they dicked him around. They should have sold him last year. They should have cashed in. They should have let him go to West Ham like they wanted to, but they were scared to give a rival ammunition. You should never consider West Ham a rival. You're Manchester United. Your rivals are City, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Liverpool. Like nobody else. Like everybody else is beneath you. Even if they finish above you, like they don't exist. It doesn't matter to me. So you give Cavani like 15 minutes, like when he hasn't even made the bench in weeks, and all of a sudden he's good enough to make 15 minutes. He's good enough to be warming up all game and let the fans sing his name. Also, like, I know I'm just ranting at this point, but it's like despicable of the fans to even sing his name at this point. So
you're mad at everybody. You're just mad at everybody over this.
Yeah. Well, I'm mad. Like last year we were sold a dream on Edinson Cavani. Like, and we were like he was a stellar player, like behind closed doors, and obviously we live in America. I'm pretending I live in Manchester and I'm going to every match and stuff, but like obviously I don't, but like the fans weren't allowed in, they weren't allowed to praise him, and like everybody was saying, geez, like I wish we had, like imagine him in front of the fans, he's gonna blow up, and we get the chance and he fucking dicks us around, he
The
shouldn't have been.
Lingard thing, the Lingard thing
Yeah.
today to me. Now that when you explain it to me, that's gross. That's
Yeah,
gross.
he
That
should,
kid's
like,
been with you since he was like 8 years old, man.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
gross.
and I understand, and it's like this is different, but like I actually don't even know if Rashford was on the bench. I didn't even look at the bench that closely, but like I understand why Rashford doesn't get a run out today. I even understand why Alvaro Fernandez and Garnacho don't get to play because they played yesterday, which also doesn't make any sense because they played U23s yesterday instead of a game today with like the men, like with the practice they need. Fernandez could be their next left back. Garnacho could be their next Ronaldo, and like they don't get a chance to get a run out and stuff. And like Phil Jones gets a run out because this is his last home game. I don't give a fuck like about these guys. Like some of these, like Phil Jones is a different case because he was injured and then he got shit on a lot and maybe didn't get a fair shot. But like just the way, like in my opinion, Ralph Rangnick hadn't really put a foot wrong since coming to United. Like
Until today.
He's instrumental in getting Eric Ten Hag into the club. He's got fuck, I can't remember the guy's first name, but like Arnold is our CEO now instead of Ed Woodward. And like he's like that guy, like trusts Rangnick, and he like he's making lots of good decisions for the club that's going to set the club up for the future. But like doing some of those things is just such like an old antiquated thing. Like I don't miss a second of United. So I left in the middle, like at the end of the game to get pizza, dude. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, because
Yeah.
I don't want to watch Cavani play.
Wow. That's
But
big.
like, which is like
That's
so
big.
petty, dude. It's so petty, and like
No, but
we're
that's your
up 3-0.
passion, man. That shows your
Yeah.
passion, dude. That's like you care about the club itself. Like you're not just here for the shirts stuff.
Yeah.
Like you care about the club, and you feel like that guy disrespected your club all year, and he got to do a run out today, and that's gross. I agree with you. The way you explain it is right.
I'm so lame, dude. I stood up and clapped for Mata and Matt just coming off the pitch. I'm real, dude. I'm like,
that's
I'm
awesome.
like,
That's actually awesome.
Yeah.
No,
like
Mata played, dude. That him and Ronaldo and Fernandez today, that triangle, like the passes they were doing in tight spaces was absolutely Ronaldo's pass where he skipped it and Mata almost scored that goal. That would have been such a fucking highlight reel. That was such a great pass, dude. Like those three today were definitely on it today. They were on it.
Plenty of players have been disrespected in their career, but few have felt or like looked like Juan Mata has been disrespected. Like if that makes any sense. When he came from Chelsea, he was the best number 10 in the country, dude. Like when he came from Chelsea, he wasn't being featured there enough, but it was a huge like get for United. Like he came in on a fucking helicopter to David Moyes, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It really was. It was an unbelievable buy at the time. And they just sticked him around. They wasted him on the right wing because we didn't have anybody.
Yeah, playing Juan Mata at wing was like crazy.
He has no pace, bro. He's like almost like Messi has more pace than him, but he's like Messi like that, where he's not going to do a lot of work in the middle, but he's going to make the right pass.
Buddy, putting Juan Mata on the wing is like putting, like, say for instance, João Moutinho on the fucking wing. It would make no sense. Makes no sense.
That's a perfect example where, like, you know what else is a good example? Playing Paul Scholes out wide when he's the best center midfielder. He's better than Lampard and Gerrard, but you're playing him out wide just so he can feature. Like, no, if you don't think he's good enough to be one of the two, then he should play 25 minutes a match when one of the other guys can't give it all anymore.
Yep.
Or like,
yep.
So just that stuff just doesn't make any sense. Like, top four, like truly like well and done now too. So like I'm hoping.
So they looked more freer today without having to worry about that. I heard one of the commentators say it was kind of right. Like without now having to worry about top four and all this and all that, they actually looked like they were just balling today, just playing, like without a worry.
Yeah, I agree, which is it's just embarrassing, to be Manchester United and have that happen. Like I know I've said this since we taped at Jays that day, but I want to say episode 1 or episode 2 of False Nine. You asked me, is Manchester United a title contender? I said yes, 100%. Like put money on them, and they obviously have been pretty embarrassing this year. But like to put in performances that they've done down the stretch. Like to read some of the leaks that are going on too, like the club is in shambles right now, and hopefully Ten Hag can. They say Ten Hag rules with an iron fist, dude. You have to, and that's another thing. I don't know how long you have. Like I could rant about this bullshit forever. There's all these leaks saying like, United, the Bruins playing 40 minutes. I got plenty of time. So like my wife's gonna kill me, but no big deal. It has nothing new. But like so like there's all these leaks and like they're saying like some of the old pros at United didn't want to listen to Rangnick, and that's why Alonga was in. Of course, I shit on Alonga today, and he fucking played pretty well.
Oh,
Like,
right after
yeah,
you texted me shitting on
yeah.
him, you made an unbelievable fucking pass to Bruno
Yeah,
Fernandes.
he totally did. It was a great assist. But like, so they're saying like some of these old guys wouldn't listen to his tactics and all this stuff, and even that's embarrassing. But like, to me, that's on the coach, dude, and or the manager. Like, I understand that he's interim. I understand that, like, so let's just say it's Bruno Fernandes. I don't think it was. But let's just say it was Bruno Fernandes. I understand Bruno being like, I'm gonna outlast you. That's something that happens like in American sports a lot of times. You know, like the players think they know better and stuff. But like for me, if you're the manager, dude, if I don't care who it is, if it's Bruno, if it's Ronaldo, if they're not gonna listen, they have to sit and they have to sit right
So
by
buddy,
you.
I was gonna say if you're interim, like they know you're interim, guess what? You're interim. So what the fuck do you care? Sit them. Right?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's
That'll
100%.
really quick turn it around. Like if you're interim and you're not fighting, you're not for your job like you're not gonna keep the job anyway.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? You should be coaching like an asshole at that point then.
It either turns it around or it doesn't and exposes them. And Rangnick has not been shy to expose these players. He's doing the exact opposite that Ole did, where he says, "Oh, they're not fit enough, they're not fighting enough." Where Ole would say, "Oh, they're trying as hard as they can. All this stuff, we got this or that." But like he's coming out and saying like, "Oh, they don't have like the mental toughness, they don't have the physical attributes, they don't have this, they don't have that." He's been doing that for months. So what's your problem in like again? Let's just say it's Bruno or Ronaldo. What's your problem in sitting them? And then you go to press conference and they say, "Why didn't you play Ronaldo?" And you could just say insubordination, like whatever. It
Yep.
doesn't matter. Like I didn't play him because he doesn't want to work for the team. Which again, I don't think it's him because all the reports say it's not those guys. The reports are like Ronaldo wants to run his own Portuguese clique and like he wants to be the head of the locker room, and the English guys don't like that. But even if that, like, whatever, I don't know. It's just so frustrating that, like, in 2022, you have to live with that. And even the leaks too. Like, you can't do it. But I wouldn't let the guys who are leaking like out like on the field, dude. If it's Rashford, if it's Luke Shaw, they say it's all the English players. If it's those guys, they don't deserve to be playing.
Do you mind then? I want to transition really quick because this has been on my mind. Has there ever been? I don't know if I can ever remember, buddy, a fall from grace than Luke Shaw. Like, I honestly don't know in this short amount of time, buddy, that I can ever remember in my time watching soccer. I'm 42 years old, that a guy went from like this level to down here this quickly. He was the starting left back and scored the goal in the final of Euro 2021 last fucking July, buddy. It's not even 9 months, bro. It's not even 9 months.
They were calling him Roberto Carlos, dude.
He was considered the best left back in the fucking world for a couple of months, dude.
Yeah,
this is less than a year ago. And what is he hurt? Can he not play? Is he cooked? Like, what is it?
I think it's like a bunch of things. I think one, that was his absolute peak. He well and truly peaked. He'll never be better than he was then. Like he'll never be at that level again, in my opinion. I think he can be a fine left back for Manchester United. I don't think you have to set the world on fire. They didn't always have guys who were they had plenty of great players, but like, okay, if he doesn't work, he doesn't work. But before last season, or I think he really took off. Yeah, look at it. Before he got hot, before he got in form, this is who he was. This very average player, like this guy who looked like the game.
But can't even start. But can't even start, buddy. Like he hasn't played in months now.
Right now he's hurt. No, right now he's hurt.
Okay, all right. That's my question.
Yeah.
Okay,
he got like So if the last time before last year, Luke Shaw was in form. He broke his leg at PSV. I want to say in the Champions League. It was who's the Mexican center back they had? Shit. So anyway, he snapped his leg on somebody from PSV. I want to say, in the box. It was gruesome. We got the gas, dude. Got like the air cast right away. It got screws and a plate put in, and now something's going on with the screws and plate where he's having a negative reaction. So with the team being in such disarray, they're like, the best thing for you is to get it out now and like fully rehabilitate, be back for like when Ten Hag needs you and stuff. But again, like before he broke the leg, he was shit. He was shit, then kind of was coming onto his own, broke the leg, wasn't playing well. Then Ole turned him around by like giving him hugs and letting him eat fucking Burger King. And like, I know I already made that joke today, but whatever, like letting him eat whatever the fuck he wants and like him
meals.
Being happy. Yeah, 100%. And so I think I don't know if I told this story before, but like But the best Luke Shaw played before Ole like was under Jose, right? And Jose says, "How did this? Did you watch the game?" This is a really really specific example. Like he's playing well in one game, and someone says Luke Shaw played well, and he said, "Which half did he play well in? The half where he was next to me, right? Because I was physically." Like making every decision for him. I was telling him when to go, when to tackle, when to do this, when to do that. He's like, I cannot do that 100% of the time. And maybe under Ole, Luke Shaw understood that and figured it out. But like, so okay, but he lost it. But part of that is many players on the England national team. It's the same thing.
It's crazy. Rashford, it's a bunch of them. Yeah,
too, Rashford, all those guys, like they all like were hit such highs last summer. Like,
do you think it was just a lot of games too? Do you think that has taken, because they came back from COVID too? Like, remember after the COVID break, it was just they basically, a lot of these guys now I've played for 15 or 16 straight months. It's going to be this summer right here is going to be the first break in a long time for a lot of these players.
First break, and they still have Nations League, and they still have other stuff to do, and they have World Cup qualifiers. Of course, they would normally, be playing a World Cup right now, so they wouldn't have gotten a break anyway. But there's going to be so much like. So summer 2023 is going to be the first break for lots of players, like Ronaldo included. Like he's an old man, like on like lots and lots of games. You know, like these guys need a rest, and like that's part like that was also one of the things that's the problem with United is like they're like, oh, Ronaldo only wants to play for himself. He's the only striker right now. Okay, you could technically play Rashford at the 9, maybe Elanga, you know, but like he's the only guy they had for so long. He's carrying, like he knows. I don't know if it was Fabrizio who said it, but like he's not disillusioned. He knows he can't play every match for Manchester United at the number 9. He knows they need somebody else. Like that's just, but like the number of games and like. Like Liverpool has played more games. City has played more games. Nobody has,
but they rotate.
United.
Yeah, they rotate.
That's what I like. That was one of Rangnick's points recently. He's like, I'm like kind of pissed off at the training department because like no, everybody's playing lots of games. We're not the only ones doing that. How are we the only ones with 8 guys and like Pogba was hurt. Fred just came back. Cavani hurt. Like everybody was hurt.
Yeah, but you also like to United say you field an older team. You field an older team.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, like that comes down to it. So, but yeah, I'm excited to see what they do this summer. Excited to see your new manager come in. I feel like the Premier League is at its best. Like Glegg said earlier, it can't be a 2-team race. It can't be Liverpool and City every year. United and Arsenal need to come back to make it to where it's like a 4-team, 5-team. Chelsea's in big, you know. I don't know if we're going to see Chelsea for a couple of years because of what's going on with Roman. Crazy that they're making him sell a team. We haven't really touched on it. I think that's insanity. Like, do you know how many fucking shitty bad owners that sold guns own soccer teams around the world?
You can't be a billionaire. You can't be a billionaire if you didn't do some dirty shit.
It's dirty shit, dude. Especially a Russian billionaire or a Saudi Arabian billionaire. And we're allowing anyone to own fucking teams, dude. And now this guy can't own the team, like whatever. That's another story for another day.
I think expecting anything out of United though before 2024 maybe is like maybe they can make a run in the FA Cup next year if the system is good, or like the League Cup, or even whatever European.
I'm just excited to see them have a system. Like they need to have a system and a coach who's like in charge of that locker room. It's much needed. It's much
100%. And like like the biggest thing though is the system, because even on like under Sir Alex, it wasn't all fucking fun and games, dude. It wasn't just like, oh, like, hey, we're just like, it's just a bunch of good players. Like there was still a system. Like even if it was in the system, of course, like was kind of just attacked. That's why Sir Alex's last game they tie 5-5 to a Lukaku hat trick at West Brom and stuff. But like,
no, it's what I said about Arsenal last week. Like you could say what you want, you could say whether it's gonna, but at least when you watch Arsenal, it's a system. Arteta's built like a system and a culture. So they at least have started to the building block on that. So
in United, it's much different because Ten Hag is coming in with he's coming in with assurances, whatever the fuck that means, that he won't get fired after too quickly if it doesn't go the right way. But he's coming in with like a pedigree that Arteta didn't have. But like your Arsenal now, maybe finish top 4, probably finish 5th, are reaping the benefits of sticking by their guy, of not firing him when things looked bad last year, earlier this year. Like they turned it around.
Troops was Arteta out. Troops was all over Arteta out. And that's a big guy to be saying that. Like you could say what you want. That's an influencer in that club. I don't care what anyone says. A guy like Troops says stuff like that. The club listens. Like they might not act on it, but like that's a big fan that to say that sort of stuff, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And the other thing they're doing is they have a good system, like when buying young players, like Martin Odegaard is somebody that United wanted when he went to Real Madrid. Like they wanted him to come to their academy, but like whatever, Madrid was much better at the time, was easier to get into their first team too, all that kind of stuff. Like, but you're seeing them buy good players and even turn average players around in their system. El Neni is 29. Like I see somebody tweet that the other day. El Neni's
Cedric.
Yeah. And then he's 29. He was trash for years, and now he's like dependent on by then. He's playing well. Like he's bossing a midfield with Declan Rice in it in the middle of like a Muslim holiday. He's fasting, beating the shit out of
Declan Rice wanted to snuff him the other day, dude.
No, that was dude. So okay, so we'll end there because that's actually that I don't want to say like a funny story because it's actually really pathetic of Declan Rice, which is it's also the biggest reason besides for his price tag why United should stay.
It's another overrated English player. I don't get him either, buddy. I don't get it.
I disagree in the fact that I think he's quality, like I think he's class, but I don't think he's the right guy. You should not be spending that amount of money
that much on Declan Rice. I'm sorry.
Especially like if you're City and that's the last piece you need, then you do it. But when you're United and you need multiple pieces, and that for a guy who's not going to get you goals and not going to do too much. But like again, so him and Eddie Nketiah, who's the guy he was arguing with, not El Neni. Like no offense, but like that's who he was.
Oh, sorry.
They no problem. They grew up together at Chelsea, playing like youth games. I don't know if maybe even English national team. I'm not sure. No, Declan Rice was playing Ireland national team until he was older. But like, so they grew up at Chelsea together. There's clips of them telling stories of like Eddie Nketiah's mom feeding him like whatever, some rice dish or whatever, and him saying it's his favorite dish, and Declan Rice like it's in Eddie Nketiah's face. First of all, you're the club captain, right? Mark Noble's the club captain. You're a vice captain. You have the armband on the field or on the pitch. Say you're wasting a minute in extra time yelling at your buddy you grew up with, saying, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? His mom, like, okay, maybe being a little extra, like, his mom fucking fed you, bro.
Yeah, like you know who he is. Stop being a dick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you're gonna do something, do something. But if you're gonna be a fucking bitch and just be kind of, which is probably not nice to say, but if you're gonna be fucking lame, bro, then be fucking lame. But your club is losing, dude. Like,
your club's losing, and like, who are you? Like, that's what I hate. That. So like, do you know? That's almost as bad as do you know who I am or some shit like that. I hate that shit, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know?
Do you know who my dad is? Like.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you?
I don't know, and I don't care. Like, I don't care. Yeah. All right. So we'll end it there, man. That was a good one. I want to thank Young Leg for coming on. And we'll definitely be doing another episode next week. And I think we should do something with Young Leg and VD in the future. I think getting them two together could be really, really fun as well too.
We should get them, and we'll go backstage and let them yell at each other.
Just let them yell at each other. I'll moderate. I'll do a moderation.
Yeah, no, we'll be back here with the Twisted Teas.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, man. Have a good night. Take care, man.
Yeah. Okay. We're good. All right.
See ya.